Do a spin.
Spin so we can see. Beautiful.
So cute.
It's like you.
It's like me. First, we're going to start by pouring 1 1/4 cup of milk into a Pyrex measuring glass. Then we're going to microwave it for 30 seconds. While it's in the microwave, we're going to take a baking sheet and line it with parchment paper. Now would also be a good time to preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Next, we're going to pour the warm milk into a bowl of an electric mixer. After you've poured the milk in, you're going to top it with the honey and the yeast and stir to combine. Allow it to sit for approximately 10 minutes, and the yeast will become like a foam, which means it's ready. While that sits, take a large pot and fill it about halfway with water. Once you filled it halfway, put it on the stovetop and bring it to a boil. Next, we're going to add 4 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt to our mixer. Then we're going to mix it on low for about 3 minutes. Next, we're going to remove the dough from our mixer and form it into a ball. The dough will stick together, but it shouldn't be sticky on your hands. Next, we're going to section the dough into 4 parts and roll each part into a long strand like a hot dog. Hot dog.
Me hot dog.
Do you like hot dogs?
Me like hot dog.
Once you've rolled all of your sections into long strands, you're going to place them together and cut them into 1-inch bite-sized pieces. Next, we're going to slowly add the baking soda to our boiling water. Be careful when you do this because the baking soda will bubble up, and if you pour it in too fast, it could overflow. Once you've added in the baking soda, place the dough bites into the boiling water about 10 at a time and flash cook them for 20 to 30 seconds. You'll know they're done when they start to float to the top. Using a slotted spoon, take the dough out of the water and allow them to cool. Continue this step until all your dough has been flash cooked. Arrange all flash cooked pretzel bites on a parchment paper lined baking sheet so they're not touching. The recipe calls for half a cup of egg whites mixed with 1 tablespoon of water, but I found that this made a little bit too much, so you could probably get away with cutting this in half. Once we've made our egg wash, we're going to brush each pretzel bite with the mixture and sprinkle it with either coarse sea salt or cinnamon. I decided to try both to see which one I liked best. Now we're going to place our pretzel bites into the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes or until they are browned on top. Once your pretzels are browned on top, it's time to remove them from the oven and allow them to cool for about 5 minutes. Again, you can see that I made 2 different types of pretzels. You can get pretty creative with this. I would love to see your creations. I had a hard time picking a favorite. They both turned out fantastic. For the plain pretzel bites, I dipped them in mustard, but you can also make a cheese dip if you'd like. I hope you enjoy.